The sisterhood preaches leveraging sex for commitment. The sisterhood does not like players, men who get sex with no commitment. Again, this is one of those reasons that a lot of times your girlfriend or a girl that you're seeing, her friends won't like you because you're getting sex with little or no commitment. And they don't like that because most girls are taught by their moms and by the sisterhood itself to leverage sex for commitment. How many times have you started dating a girl in that first 3 to 6 months? It's hot and heavy. And Bunny's good at discerning this stuff. She's the one that's good about pointing out so much of this. She goes out hot and heavy, sex whenever you want, whatever you want to do, whenever, wherever. And then at about 3 to 6 months, she starts tapering it off, becomes a little less frequent, a little less creative, a little less interesting, to all the way to where you're like 2 or 3 years in and you're having sex like once a week or once a month, not as often as you'd like, but she's completely fine. And she has a boyfriend, and now you've got a girlfriend and a questionable sex life. The sisterhood preaches leveraging sex for commitment, and that's what she did. But the sisterhood doesn't like players, which is men who get sex with little or no commitment. Again, they want those 3 dates, those 5 dates. They want that ring on the finger. And then you've got this small group of men who know how to play the game that are getting sex for nothing. And they're getting sex from multiple girls for nothing. And so that's why a lot of times your girlfriends won't like you. And there's always the fact of crabs in a bucket, that as a crab's trying to crawl out of the bucket, the other crabs will grab it and pull it back down. And it's like, it's one of these, one of the comments that was along this line of women who don't, your girlfriend's friends are not your friends was the topic. And it said, overweight single women who may be your girlfriend's friends don't like seeing her happy. They want more, what do you say? Misery loves company. And therefore they will pull her back in. So you have to be careful who you allow around your girlfriend. And it's funny because you'll see like married couples, later in life. And I discovered this late, like in my 40s, it's like if a girl gets divorced, sometimes she kind of gets squeezed out of her group of married women, intentionally or unintentionally, simply because they have less in common. And it's kind of like a destabilizing effect. And I don't know how intentional it is because I'm not privy to those conversations. But sometimes you'll see that. But for lifetime friends, girls can be loyal to each other, but the larger groups will squeeze girls out if there's a change in their relationship status. But again, it's who do they have things in common with. But your girlfriend's friends are not necessarily your friends or your supporter. They won't ever put it in front of you, but the more of a player you are or have the capability of being, the less they're going to like you. And that's okay. That's part of the game. So the sisterhood preaches leveraging sex for commitment. Just know that. But the sisterhood doesn't like players, men who get sex for no commitment. That's the real deal.